Everybody can hear me with or without a microphone. I'm pretty sure you can hear me now. So I am going to do something completely different tonight. I'm going to read from a book written by my great uncle, who used to have a radio show on PBS in Vermont. Right? He was a cool dude. I'm a lucky guy. I come from good stock. This mic's got a little bit of a chirp in it. All right, so these used to air on Vermont Public Radio, and they're fairly quick. I've got 3 of them I want to read tonight. The first one's called Lilac Time. Now in this brief season of the lilac bush, modest and enduring symbol of the depth and permanence of New England traditions, it is given a name to color, perfume, poems, songs, and story. Translated into many languages, its name is upon the lips of millions in many lands, yet it remains unspoiled by widespread fame. It is still the sturdy, wholesome dooryard emblem of the New England home. With what eager anticipation it has been planted at the threshold of new, barely begun homes. With that poignant grief it has been left behind for long, bitter migrations from whose hardship and loneliness homesick thoughts have turned into anguished longing. To what strange and distant homes have its roots been transplanted? There to grow blossoms and, in their turn, be abandoned again. On this very day, in mountain pastures and long deserted lands, over the graves of dead homes bloom the lilac bushes planted by the founders of those that pioneered households. Many of those graves would be otherwise indistinguishable, their timbers long since buried, their cellar holes filled in and grassed over. Were it not for the steadfast lilac bush, there would be nothing to mark that there once dwelt human souls, who shared happiness, sorrow, hope, and despair, who lived there, whither, and they went, or what their adventures nobody knows. Let's start that over. Who lived there, whither they went, or what their adventures nobody knows. No descendants to make annual pilgrimages, to remember and decorate those forgotten graves of the homes of the ancestors. But each year, at this season, the lonely, faithful lilac bush blooms again and lavishes its sweetness in memory of the hands that planted it. Thank you. So Uncle Bill was a dairy farmer. He didn't go to college. All of his brothers did. He went on adventures all over the globe and did all kinds of stuff that his brothers didn't. They started careers and did things that kept them doing the same thing. Uncle Bill evolved. He bought the oldest bookstore in Vermont. After they sold the dairy farm, they moved into Woodstock. And I think Bill got into his early 90s before he passed. His wife made it to 102. And they're still to this day remembered in Vermont, both of them. Anyway, again, that's a pretty neat family. This story here is about a hiking trip that Bill and some friends took many, many years ago now. And this story is called Hiking. Summer is upon us. So fleeting a time it is that we must hurry to accomplish all the wonderful programs that we planned during the winter. Let's have a family hiking trip, we had said in February. Accordingly, 10 of us aged between 8 and 60, each of us with backpacks of appropriate size and weight, set out the other day on a trail that winds over the tops of the mountains. The first day was short, but long enough for legs and shoulders unused to carrying households on one's back like a turtle. Tents quickly went up at a camping spot like large colorful mushrooms, and over the hissing camp stove a delectable stew soon bubbling. It's surprising how comfortably one sleeps on the ground. barring a route or two, of course, and how short the nights in early summer are. Then a full day's hiking, 2,000-foot gain in elevation, and torrid heat, all the while keeping black fly oil close at hand. The best thing about black flies is that on a short hike, the bites don't itch until you're back home. The view from the mountaintop was cloudy, but we sat there on the bare ledges, nibbling our trail gorp and feeling that wonderful sense of accomplishment that all climbers experience, whether it's Mount Everest or they've struggled to get up Old Baldy. Gorp, by the way, is good old-fashioned raisins and peanuts. It's a trail snack of anything you have at hand, but usually made of nuts, chocolate bits, and dried fruit. Ominous black clouds in the west persuaded us to move on to the next camping site. We hurried down off the top of the mountain, for the peaks and the ridges are no place to be in a thunderstorm. Mountain thumpers, as they are known, have been the cause of death to a number of hikers who have been killed by lightning in those high exposed places. We walked as carefully and as fast as we could under a canopy of trees over the rough trail, but the thick black cloud turned the day into dusk. A few seconds before the gods unleashed all the lightning bolts they had on hand, accompanied by mountain-shaking thunder and sheets of rain, we reached the wooden shelter. No tenting that night, so 10 of us slept fitfully on wooden bunks as a large porcupine tried to gnaw through the door. On the last day we came off the mountain, muddy, trifle bruised, fly bitten, but very pleased with ourselves. He's got 2 books, by the way. I don't have one of his better stories to share, and if I did, I would. Next time I'll get my hands on that particular book. This story is about Bag Balm. Anybody here familiar with Bag Balm? Yes. 3 people. Awesome. Cows and udders. Thank you. Here we go. There's a product on the shelves of American feed stores that cows have been mooing about for years. It's called Bag Balm. It's meant to help heal chapped udders, but cows, it turns out, aren't the only ones impressed by Bag Balm's healing power. People are rubbing it on everything from their hands and feet to the bed springs and machine guns. I really can't say why people use it, says 69-year-old John L. Norris Jr., whose company in Lyndonville, Vermont has made Bag Balm for 75 years. As far as I'm concerned, it's for veterinary use only, just like it says on the can. 60 years worth of Bag Balm testimonials are piled on a desk outside of Norris's office. Marathon runners report that Bag Balm prevents blisters on the big toe and outer borders of the feet. Skiers, particularly in New England, coat their faces and hands with a thick yellow salve. Kayakers whose skin is exposed to sun, wind, and salt water consider Bag Balm standard equipment. Actually, Bag Balm is a combination of 4 ingredients, one of which is pine oil, giving the ointment an aroma like a sweet turpentine. Lanolin petroleum jelly, which can be found in many other over-the-counter lotions, creams, hair condiments, and other cosmetics, are the moisturizing agents. Whether in cows or people, chapped and cracking skin is the result of too much water being lost from the skin's outer layer. For people, the cause is often overexposure to sunlight. Whether winter air or harsh cleansers, the cows frequently suffer because their udders are subject to soapy water, disinfectant, and up to 3 milkings per day. Bag Balm's 2 emollients lubricate the chapped area, seal in the moisture, and protect against further exposure. Bag Balm enthusiasm isn't limited to New England. In California, a Bag Balm t-shirt is designed for a recent marathon. Marysville, Washington, a Cedar Crest golf course hosts the annual Bag Balm Invitational in autumn. While all this hoopla would be welcomed in most businesses, Norris appears uncomfortable. He claims he'd like to keep the company small and continue to sell Bag Balm strictly for bovine use. You have to realize that we're talking about plain country medicine, says Norris. Bag Balm takes care of cows. If anything else comes our way, we just say thank you. Thank you.